that force of good against evil is said to intersect with the fabled gateway to hell somewhere deep inside the city's vast network of underground tunnels. Why did Nostradamus make Turin his domicile? Did he sell his soul to Lucifer in return for his extraordinary predictive powers? The Most Haunted team will attempt to find the truth behind these stories, both above and below ground. Over the next 5 nights, we will go in search of the devil in Dayton City.
And it looks as if we're in for a truly terrifying ordeal over the next 5 nights. And as ever, leading the way at the cutting edge, we have our investigations team, led of course by Yvette Fielding, with Carl Beattie, Brian Shepherd, our medium and psychic artist, and of course the voice of cold scientific reason, Dr. Kieran O'Keefe, our parapsychologist. Yvette, 5 nights, 3 hours of live TV and live investigations every night. 2 questions. It's going to be draining, isn't it? And are you looking forward to it?
It is going to be draining. I mean, 5 nights of hopefully getting paranormal activity. And I think we're all going to be a little bit nervous as well. I think I can speak for us all, can't we?
Is he on the track, maybe, of Lucifer himself in Turin?
Yeah, can you imagine coming face to face with the beast? That's going to be a little bit scary.
Well, you've woken up beside Carl, so you know what true horror is. Carl, have you got a sense of Turin yet? Have you got a sense of the city? Have you had a chance to have a wander around?
Only a very small amount. We are in one of the most haunted cities in the world, and that alone, how can you get a full sense of that unless you've been here for 3 or 4 months? It's a fantastic place. The fact that the Italian job was shot here as well, I've got to get that out of my mind, because all I've got is different songs and sayings going through my brain. But I can't wait to get going on this, because Satan City, I mean, it doesn't get any better than this.
And it's also fascinating because we've got the old and the new side by side throughout the whole place.
Absolutely, it's the architecture and also the people. That, you've still got a lot of the people who believe in the old ways, and a lot of people who believe in the new ways and the new ways forward. So it's a fantastic place with a lot of different beliefs.
And on hand here to tap into some of the forces at play tonight, Brian Shepherd, our medium and psychic artist. Brian, have you sensed anything already?
Do you know, Paul, I have. And I'm nervous. I'm nervous about it. But I've certainly sensed something, and I think we're in for an interesting evening.
Now, without putting you on the spot too much, is what you sense a force of good or a force of evil?
It's a force of evil.
OK, I'm getting nervous. I'm glad I'm staying here tonight. Let's turn now to Dr. Kieran O'Keefe. Congratulations on your baby son, Kieran. And I know you're going to be out there with usual scientific equipment. How are you looking forward to tonight? Because this is pretty much fresh fields for us, isn't it?
It is very fresh field. The focus seems to be on Satan, but I will have my equipment. I will still try and remain objective, whether it's ghost sightings or Satan sightings.
It also must be fascinating to work with Brian, because he's a psychic artist, so you have that to evaluate as well.
Yeah, very different paranormal gift.
Well, good luck to all 4 of you. I know you're going off to meet the gang now. Good luck to Yvette, to Carl, to Brian, and of course to Dr. Kieran O'Keefe. Off you go, and you're in all our thoughts. The team, good luck to all of you. And as the team head off, let's take a quick look at tonight's location and what might be waiting there for them.
Was the devil worshipped in Turin? Tonight we investigate a church claimed as a centre of that despicable practice, San Pietro Vincoli, which translates as St. Peter in Chains. It was once a major burial site of the city. Being close to a place of execution, the area outside of its hallowed ground held the mortal remains of the slain. Just and unjust, murderers and suicides alike. The main burial pit's just shy of the walled graveyard were the last resting place of the poor, whilst the semi-covered cemetery held the righteous and the more deserving of this honour. However, the crypt, which ran in several directions from beneath the small church, was where minor aristocrats and the wealthy were interred. Long since desecrated and now a bibliothèque, but supposedly holding much more than books and manuscripts. As tales of ghosts and phantoms are widespread, what draws our attention to the quaint but unassuming structure is the widely held belief that it became a centre for the black arts and devil worship. Where better to begin our exploration of Satan City?
So the team are now hurrying towards the site of a long deconsecrated church. Now, of course, it gets very tense out there. We never know what's going to happen. They're on their own in the dark. So if there is bad language, if because of stress or tension you do hear the odd expletive, we apologise in advance. Please bear with us, and I know you're going to. It's become almost my catchphrase. I'm so glad I'm here and not out there with them. But we're all with them, really, because we can watch them via our cameras, and we need to hear from you throughout tonight's show. This is Most Haunted Live, live from Turin in Italy, reputedly the world's most haunted city, and we are here for 5, count them, 5 nights. It's Satan City, and that's who the team are looking for tonight. Jules is here, waiting to go interactive with us. I'll talk to him in a moment. But we have, of course, another regular on the team, our academic, our historian, the wonderful Leslie Smith. Hello, Leslie, perched out here in the bitingly cold wind below the helipad. Now, I've mentioned Turin is Satan City. What are the historical links of this city to the Dark Lord, to the devil?
If you ask Italians generally, and I have done before I came here, they say, oh yes, Turin's known for this. And the tradition comes back a long way. The gates of hell are supposed to be below a particular place of statues. Certainly there's a massive necropolis here. And there
like
has
a city of the dead?
Yes, this is where people were, they were buried, in a massive place in the west there. And above that is a place where there was certainly torture and murder, and it is thought that people of this area try to harness this vengefulness and this violence and pursue it into the dark forces. And is it a coincidence that the symbol of Turin is the bull? And of course this is one of the images, absolutely. And many people in the church as well are concerned. In the 1980s, I've got notes here, that was thought as many as 30,000 practicing Satanists. I suspect that with a pinch of salt.
But that's as recently as 25 years ago.
Oh, still on. Absolutely still on. And people openly say, oh yes, we're practicing. And we do mean black magic here. We're not just talking about an interest in the occult, although that seems to be very substantial in the area as well. There is a tradition of magic, dark magic, Satanism, harnessing the dark forces, and the calling up of demons here.
So plenty to look forward to tonight. I'm glad we're here. I'm also glad that you're there watching us, because you are our eyes and ears. We thrive on your input. We need you to go interactive with us. And here to tell us how is the Lord of all things interactive, Julian Clegg. Julian.
Thank you, Paul, and yes, welcome to Interactive. We may be in Italy, but we want you at home to get in touch as ever, very importantly, so get in touch with the text. I'll tell you how to do that in a few moments' time. And of course, the website, mosthauntedlive.net, where you will find a map of our location tonight. And there it is. We're located at San Pietro in Vincoli. And let's look at the webcams. Webcam 1 in the internal courtyard, webcam 2 in the chapel, webcam 3 in the main corridor of the crypt, and webcam 4 in the crypt anteroom. Those are the 4 locations. Let's have a look at the cameras right now. First of all, webcam 1, there it is in the internal courtyard. If you see anything unusual, let me know when you spot the strange phenomenon, please. Webcam 2 in the chapel, there it is right now. Then let's move to webcam 3 in the main corridor of the crypt, and you can see that there. And then webcam 4, we've had a problem with that one. It's looking dark at the moment. We're working on it, and as soon as we can get the picture up, we will bring it to you as well. So get in touch, tell me when you see anything unusual, and of course tell me who you are and where you're from, very importantly, otherwise I can't read out your messages. Now, this is how you can get in touch. You can text me, text the word screen, then a space, then your message to 80889. The cost is 50p plus 1 text message at the standard rate, and we'll only use the best, by the way, on screen, so send those in as soon as possible, and of course go to the website mosthauntedlive.net. Now, our competition, as ever on Most Haunted Live, we have a great competition for you, and this special in Turin is no exception. We have 5 lucky winners walking off with a pair of tickets to the next Most Haunted Live event in the UK, including travel and accommodation as well. Only for UK viewers, very importantly, this competition, just want to stress that. We have runners-up as well, 10 runners-up walking off with a signed copy of Most Haunted Series 9 on DVD. So here is the question: where was the first Most Haunted Live location? Was it A, Pendle Hill, B, Dudley Castle, or C, Misatro? Now you can call right now if you know the answer. Here's the number: 09015 33 5005. If you're a digital satellite viewer, press your red button on your remote control right now. The calls cost £1 from a BT landline. Other networks and mobile rates may be higher, and you must be over 18 to enter the competition. Or text your answer to Haunted, followed by a space and your name, and answer to 84383. Those cost £1 plus one standard rate message. And please remember your name, very importantly. The competition lines close at midnight on the 30th of March, and the winners will be selected at random and announced next week. They'll also be up on the website next week as well. So good luck, get entering, and I look forward to maybe meeting you at the next Most Haunted Live in the UK. That's all from Interactive for the moment. More a little bit later, but for the moment, Paul, back in the warm, over to you.
Thank you, Julian. I'm being told that that fourth webcam is now up and running, and that Yvette and the team are almost at the Church of San Pietro, known as St. Peter in Chains. Once a church, now deconsecrated, being used as a library, housing ancient books and artefacts. What else is lurking inside? We'll find out after this.